Bwam, bwam, bwam. Oh, okay.
That one killed.
That hurts at the end. That fucking hurts.
Okay.
Hey, disclaimer for this episode.
Yeah. We fucked the sound. I'm sorry. There's no way to fix it. You're gonna hear some high-pitched beeping. And
It's light. It's just barely there. There it is. There it
the
is.
whole
I
time,
hear it
okay?
now.
And so you're gonna hear that, and then it's gonna sound like we're talking through a metal can in the other room. But
Sorry.
I'm sorry. You can still understand the words, but
We're trying to deal with this
hopefully you
shit.
can deal with it. It won't be a problem in
But
the
listen,
future. This happens sometimes.
It is a
right?
good episode, though. The content's good. So if you want to go listen to that, Just the Tip is really good. It's one of my favorite Just the Tips. It's just an interesting one, and it happens all the goddamn time in the upper world.
Yeah, so check out the episode if you can handle it. Stick with us. Otherwise, come back for episode 13. We'll have John Brancy on, our first guest. It's going to be an exciting one, and the sound will be fucking perfect.
Crystal clear.
Hope you enjoy. Let's go.
That's fucking great. Sex, drugs, and opera again, people. I did this intro once, and Jared gave me shit for it because he thought it was shit. I thought it was amazing. I said, hope you're having a lot of sex, having a lot of drugs. Who cares about opera? really?
Apparently, I took it too far, man, and his feelings got hurt. Look,
September 8th,
yes,
people.
this is the podcast for September 8th, 2018. Is this as low as this goes, man? I really need some...
Isn't this what the pre-recording process is for, dude? You check all your equipment.
Fuck it, man. I don't
We're
know.
making upgrades, people, and Jared doesn't know how to deal with it yet.
It's been a rough day, man. We've been having a hard time. We're trying to get this website built. It has some frustrating shit, man.
Dude, I can build you a shelf. I can put a door up for you. I can do all that stuff. I can't build a website so well. Actually, I built my own, but it was with that drag and drop website builder, Weebly.
Yeah.
And that is made for idiots. That is made for fucking idiots.
Yeah,
and
but
that was me.
When you start getting these fucking credit cards and merchandise and all that shit involved, it's a lot harder.
We're planning good shit for you people. I mean, we're planning some interactive stuff. I just don't know if we have the capabilities.
No, it's we have the capabilities, but we just kind of have these explosions of frustration. And what do you got there, Mike?
I got some whiskey for you, dude. We're not just going beer today.
It's
too frustrating today.
No, we're gonna add a shot of whiskey on top. Today's been frustrating shit. Oh man. Okay, pour the whiskey, and I'm gonna tell you something I went through today. So I got my hair cut, right? Because
I saw that. It looks very nice.
No,
Jared.
fuck you, man. It's because I got the hat on. You haven't seen it yet. Because we got these photos going on, man. This guy, he butchered me, man. Here, let me show you. Is this not uneven?
It's pretty uneven, yeah.
You see how patchy it is? It's
Yeah,
all
it's
like
pretty
leopard
patchy.
fucking printed and cheetah shit.
Do you remember that Seinfeld episode where he has to go to the father barber? Remember?
Yes,
And he gets that's kind of what you look like.
Yeah, and that's what's fucked up is once you're in that barber chair and once he fucks it up, you're just along for the ride.
Right.
Because you can't. Because people always be like, well, you should have had him fix it. You can't fix it once it's too short. It's like if you shave off part of your beard, you're just fucked, man.
And I'm also way too polite to do it. I mean, I always...
How much whiskey are you pouring, dude?
For you, I'm making you a little rusty nail, putting a little drambu in there. You want one?
Yeah, but where did you get that from? You said you did 2 shots of whiskey in each glass?
No, one shot for me because I'm a pussy.
Well, you're doubling down.
For you, yeah, you're a whiskey drinker.
Yeah,
and then I'm putting
but I'm going to get wild by the end of this thing. Little Drambuie, man. That's the Papagaiensaft without the
fancy stuff.
Fucking slush. I had to cut your grape out of the video. Mike put a. Wait, did you just put a shot of Drambuie in your drink and then give me the pure whiskey? Or?
No, that's yours there. Keep
man.
with it.
All right,
Anyway,
all right.
what I was saying was, I'm too polite to tell them that they did a shitty job. I just kind of like, you know how if you fuck up like in a performance and you have to go and meet public afterwards and they're like, oh, that was good. That was really good. That's what I am with the barber when they fuck up my hair.
Yeah, and
I don't have the heart. I can't do
Well,
it.
for me, it's like once it's too late, it's too fucking late. And I tipped him, you know.
Oh, man.
Euros. I hope he used that to go back to fucking barber school.
Fucking learn something about cutting hair.
Yeah, and it took forever. That's the thing, too, is at the end of my last show that I did, the guy that was doing the hair and the makeup cut my hair, and he did it in like 15 minutes. Best haircut of my fucking life. And I've been to some nice barbershops, and while he cut my hair, he told me about how he, since he was 15, wanted to be a barber. And he was like in barbers, like barbershops, like sweeping up hair, learning how to cut hair. And he was more passionate about cutting hair than I think I am about music.
Nice.
He fucking legitimately, deeply loves cutting hair. And I swear to God, 12 minutes, best haircut of my life. This guy today was cutting my hair for more than an hour.
He probably goes home and gets off on the little shavings of your hair.
Yeah.
He probably like makes a little mixture of his.
Then at least something good would come from it.
And hair. But I mentioned that today because we're going back to the sex topic.
Hold on. I gotta say one more thing.
What?
Okay?
What do you gotta say?
I gotta say that the thing about me getting my hair cut that's different than you, Mike, that you don't understand, you privileged fuck. All right, is
Talk
that
about my privilege?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Fucking hair privilege. Okay. It's like grandpa's sick. All right, and you only got so many brunches left. Okay, that's me with haircuts. All right, I got a couple years left on this hair, and then it's gone. So every haircut I get is fucking brunch with grandpa. And this guy today was a bachelorette party, drinking fucking Bloody Marys, yelling while Pop's trying to tell me war stories. This is fucking bullshit.
That is the best comparison I think I've heard for a long time, dude. Save your last brunch with grandpa while somebody is having a bachelorette party.
Yeah, that's
fucking
that's
brilliant.
That's how I feel this haircut. Okay, now you get into your thing.
Ooh, man.
I'm fired up, man. That on top of this website shit. Okay,
man, that technical shit. Look, I mean, it kind of brings us back to something. There's a lot of shit that can get in the way of your dreams, and I got to say, we have been enjoying the fuck out of making this website, making this podcast,
yeah,
doing this podcast. No, the website's a goddamn fucking nightmare. We've spent this much time on it. It's already a nightmare.
It was like day one.
But there are already, anytime you want to do something, there are all kinds of fucking roadblocks that you have to get by first. And that's the hard part. That's when you find out whether you really want to fucking do it or not.
Well, and like something I've always believed in is that you can accomplish fucking anything you want as long as you are consistent. Okay? Consistency. We work on that website 5 minutes a day. It might take us 6 months to launch that thing, but it will get done.
Dude, we could do it more than 5 minutes.
You want to learn a language? No, 5 minutes is my limit. Should we say something?
5-minute abs.
The whiskey we're drinking at the moment is
Black Label.
Johnny Walker Black Label.
Johnny Walker Black Label, the Breakfast of Champions.
And the Drambuie's back. It's a late one today. It's 9 p.m. We usually don't do it that late, but you know.
Man, I fucking love Black Label. It's such a great. People shit on it because they look at Johnny Walker and they think they see it everywhere, and that makes it shitty. Johnny Walker Black is such a good blended Scotch whiskey. It's so
I never
good.
know the order. Red's the lowest one, right?
Red, black.
And then like there's green, there's blue.
There's green, there's blue, there's a platinum one, I think. Blue's the big one. That's
like $200 a bottle. Or
yeah, sure. I've had it before. It's pretty good.
No, there's other ones.
You get to the point where you're pissing your money away. You know.
Yeah, I mean, with everything, you get to a point where like you're not paying for better stuff. I want to know. Okay, here we go. We got Red Label, okay, then Black, then Double Black. Mm-hmm. Then you got the Gold Label Reserved, which is 18.
Gold,
right?
I forgot about that.
Platinum Label, XR, whatever that is. Blue Label, King George Blue Label, and then I don't know, man. Then I've lost.
Where's the green? You didn't mention the green.
King George. Holy shit, man! This bottle is $58,000 for this one.
That's fuck that, dude.
Is that $2 million?
$2 million?
What kind of dick is paying that much money? I gotta check. Is this fucking?
What kind of fucking asshole is paying
but you're totally
$2
right.
million for a bottle?
Champagne and this type of shit, you can pay to a certain point, and it's gonna get better, you know. And then you're not paying for a better product.
At that point, you buy it so you can pull it out at a party and say, "This is my $2 million bottle."
That's what you're paying for.
Whiskey.
That is what you're paying for. Yeah.
And that makes my boner just go way down. When I hear somebody bragging about a $2 million bottle of whiskey, that makes my boner go down. And I don't want my boner to go down because I want to use that boner.
Yeah, it's the same thing with opera, man, you know? I mean, how much more are you going to pay for an opera ticket? Does the show get any better? No, I'm just fucking joking.
Jesus Christ.
I tell you, I'm already feeling buzzed off this whiskey. All right, you were trying to segue earlier. Okay, last time we did a sloppy, ball-slapping sex episode, and the only gentlemanly thing to do after that is to
just call back.
A little bit of cuddling, right?
A little bit of cuddling, and we're going to cuddle with that subject.
We're going to spoon you today, and we're not going to just leave you high and dry and just In-N-Out burger. We're going to stick around, and we're going to stay on the topic, okay? We had a big response from the sex episode. You guys love sex, all right? Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
A lot of people don't. But
who doesn't? What do you mean a lot of people don't? Who doesn't like sex? There are asexual people out there. Don't let me exclude some fucking people that need whatever representation. But I
doesn't like sex?
I fucking like it. I think I'm in the majority of people that actually like sex.
do people not like sex?
Maybe.
I'm trying to
Maybe
think
there
of-
aren't. I mean,
I'm trying to think of anyone
some
I've
people
met
don't like ice
who
cream.
does
I
like
think they're
sex.
fucking psycho if they don't like ice cream.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine it, but that's me being the ignorant shit that I am.
I mean, it's
not
like-
being able to put myself in somebody else's shoes. But those are absent shoes.
Yeah.
If you don't like sex, I like sex so much
Yeah.
that to imagine not liking it is to thinking like, oh, okay, it's the same as the people that like cut themselves and they fucking like it. They're like, oh
Masochist,
yeah.
Masochism, sure.
I can't imagine ever doing. I burn my finger just on the side of a tea kettle, and I want to cry in a corner for fucking days.
Yeah, man, I saw you cut your finger on a wine glass pretty bad.
Now, do you remember that?
Back in the Netherlands?
I remember that.
Yeah.
And do you remember there was a fucking shard of glass in my hand for months afterwards?
No.
Like we would, I was playing with a kid once, and he touched my
What, like
finger.
it healed over the shard of glass?
Yes, of course.
You fucking
and,
maniac.
And then later, dude, I saw like one day I rubbed it against my pants, and it was like fuck, and I looked down, and it was like out and catching on the pants.
So you dug it out like a beautiful mind.
I sterilized a knife, a really sharp knife, and I cut that open and pulled it out. I performed surgery on myself. Well, what the fuck else am I gonna do? Just let it stab me forever?
No, okay. So I get it. Yes, sex is a spectrum. Yeah, some people are fucking dressed up like Spider-Man and choking themselves on door handles. That's fine. I get it. And some people a little dry humping and they're busting nuts all over the place. But wanting to have sex, however you have sex, that's like one of the deepest primal urges. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's like above food and water. You know, that you want to.
Well,
spread the
you
seed.
need food and water so that you can go fuck again.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's why you need those things.
and that's why the people that are really pioneers in this shit, they're combining it all, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just eat during the act.
That's George Costanza. That's another Seinfeld thing. You're just referring to Seinfeld all day today.
What's
you
that
don't
called?
even know it.
Aphrodisiacs? Have you ever experienced food and sex?
An aphrodisiac is just something that makes you horny.
Yeah, I know, but there's like this whole like art of like you eat this fresh peach and then
No,
you know?
I would not do that. Well, no, because I can if like a bottle of beer is shaped the right way, I'm already halfway there. I'm halfway fucking there.
You see the way that tree's shaped?
Jesus, the whole jizz in my pants thing from SNL, baby. Ooh, that's a good one.
So look, one of the things I wanted to get to today, and I'm just gonna fucking get right into it here, is
Just plunge it right in.
something I was very happy about. Like all joking aside, is I like this microphone stand. We got a new microphone stand. I can lean back for the first time in my life. This is nice. We had more women engagement than ever after this sex
Hallelujah.
episode, which is something I want. Yeah,
Hallelujah.
something that we still haven't achieved with this podcast is people writing us, which is good. Questions, but also I like people writing us information. We don't get that often.
Yeah.
You know, where they're like, hey, did you guys know I'm an expert in this? You know, I'm a fucking sex therapist. The stories are great. The questions are great. Keep those coming. We can't get enough of those. But also, if you know something we don't, write in. But also, if you have an answer for somebody else's question, that's what I'm trying to get going.
Yeah, honestly, there was a question last week. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was, but I would love to know other perspectives. I mean, we're just two douchebags in a basement.
Yeah, well, we had questions about like swimming in the voice and shit. You know, like
No, the sex episode. We're talking about the sex episode.
That was the sex episode.
Somebody wrote in. Oh yeah, that was it. But somebody wrote in and had a question, didn't they?
I can't remember. But the point is on this episode, we did get people answering other people's questions, which is nice. But that's actually because I asked people, because these questions haven't existed yet. So let's just get right into it here. Basically, there's a lot of questions, but basically the first question I got was, what do you do with unwanted flirting? And a girl asked me this question, and so I actually fired the question off to a few other girls that are following us, and got their perspective.
Yeah.
But before I get into their perspective, because it's different for women and men in this industry a lot of the times. I would like to do our perspective.
I mean, I actually want to hear the girls' perspective on it too, because I feel like as guys are oftentimes the one just throwing out a fucking lifeline to try to get into bed with somebody, right? So they're flirting. Girls have to deal with a barrage of it most of the time. So I mean, basically all I can say is if a guy is throwing it out there and you're not sending it back and he doesn't have the sense to fucking stop, what to say? I don't know.
No, I know what you mean, man. And that's it goes beyond guys and girls. It's just you have to get some sort of reciprocation if you're putting it out there, you know? If that's a word.
But what would you do? What would you do?
I've had this happen to me many times.
All right, so what'd you do?
From men and women, you know?
No one ever flirts with me, so I don't I can't tell you.
Mike, that shirt on you.
My juicy moves,
it
remember?
Really shows your moves well.
I told you, my juicy moves.
How'd you get such nice moves, Michael? Look at
beer every night.
In my career, I've had lots of unwanted flirting from women and men, and it's a complicated thing because you know, you're kind of if you have my personality and stuff, you're kind of expected to kind of be okay with that stuff. And when you're not, I don't have a good answer.
Someone told me the other did I tell you this?
What?
Someone told me the other day. I pitched the podcast to somebody, or not pitched them, but I just said, "Hey, have you heard our podcast yet?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I heard he said I heard a little bit of it, but I saw more of that guy that you do the podcast with, dude." Oh man, you are a magnet.
Oh my God,
you're a sexy old magnet.
You know, we got it's like
old magnet.
Mike. It's like a boy band. Okay, we have to have, you know, like you're the bad boy and I'm the fucking,
I'm the bad boy. I'm the bad boy.
I'm the responsible father figure on this show.
I'm the prepubescent boy, maybe. that's what my.
Are you my boy, Mike? Are you my boy? You're my boy, Blue. Oh man, you got to it first. Now look, but seriously, the way I deal with those situations is I get out with humor, you know?
Yeah, but guys, so you might be able to do it, but what about a girl coming back to the guy with the humor?
Yeah, it's a different vibe. That's what I mean. Is there's not a good answer for this? That's
because
my point.
That guy is. If I know guys, and I think I probably do well enough, they are thinking that humor is a good sign.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. And I'm not saying that that's the answer. I'm saying that that's how I deal with it. I say like, hey, man, you're really trying to get in my pants, aren't you, buddy? Well, it's not going to happen. Ha, ha. We laugh and we move on. I often use humor to get out of situations that make me uncomfortable. But that is not my answer. That is not something that works for everybody.
I got a question
that's
for
what
you.
I do. Yeah,
you said buddy?
Yeah.
Are you talking about a gay guy that hits on you thinking that you might be gay? Are you talking about a woman?
No, I'm talking about. I was thinking of a situation where, man.
That's an interesting thing, though. That's an interesting thing, though, too, because you know, if a guy is hitting on you, and you're not gay, what's going on there?
It doesn't matter. It's the same as if I hit on a woman who is in a relationship. You know what I mean? I know that she has no intention of having sex with me, but I still want to.
You want to hear an awesome story?
It's the same vibe.
You want to hear an awesome story from school? When I once went to school, there was. I went to my master's, and I got a Facebook message after maybe a couple of weeks. And there was this guy, and I didn't know anybody at the school yet, but there was this guy that said, he's like, hey, he wrote me on Facebook. He's like, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm into straight acting, and if you want, maybe we can go get a coffee sometime. I saw that you're new at the school. I said, yeah, sure, why not? Let's go get a coffee. And then I talked to one of my colleagues at the school, and I said, hey, do you know this guy? He's in the theater department. He's like, what do you mean the theater department? I said, oh, he's into straight acting. He's like, no, dude.
Like straight plays, you thought.
Yeah, I thought like straight theater. I thought like straight theater, but straight acting means apparently a gay guy that's just acting straight. That's like what he does.
Yeah.
But then then goes after guys on the side.
Yeah, man,
and I had no idea.
Yeah,
I wrote him back, and I actually told him, I'm like, hey, I'm actually really flattered, but I had I just put it out on a line. I said I had no idea what straight acting meant.
Look, you gotta give me some hot spot, man. I can't read these answers because I can't get fucking Wi-Fi
That's fine.
down here.
That's fine.
Look, I believe that story 100% because you are so out of the loop sometimes with like terms, man.
Yeah, but why? How am I so out of the loop? What is happening with me that I'm so
in that,
fucking
You're in
out
that
of the
family
loop?
bubble. Give me the hot spot. I got one of the answers to come up here though.
Okay.
All right, let's see. So one of the answers for God, you're giving me the password now. God, I fucked it up, man.
Dude,
technology does
every day, all day today, we're getting fucked by technology.
The fucking robots are coming, man. You ever think about that shit? Robots are coming, and hey, the robots are gonna come for every fucking job before music. Okay, that's the last job they're gonna take.
Maybe.
Why? Give me your opinion on that, huh? Let's talk about the robots.
We already have people singing roles, and then after technology is applied, they sound way different. Way fucking different after that.
but
Studio recordings are already making a big difference in how people actually sing. What if you can take a totally mediocre singer and make them really good? They already do it in pop music with autotune. What if the technology gets just so good that you can do an artificial voice? It just randomly generates an artificial opera voice. I'm just saying.
I know, and we're going.
You could make the best fucking recording of Bohème ever.
Yeah,
just
we're
that.
We're going off on a tangent here, but let's go down this road, okay? I remember when I was studying composition in college, they showed us songs made by a computer, and it was fucking hilarious because the lyrics were somehow terrifying and strange,
right?
And the melodies were so eerie and
I've
weird.
read that. I've seen that before.
But I thought about this the other day. I think we talked about this on a podcast once. And recently, I looked at computer music, and it's really fucking good these days.
I know, dude.
The computers are doing it. And I heard someone told me that in Japan, that there are now pop stars in Japan that are holograms of people that don't exist, that are voices that don't exist, written by computers. None of it exists, but people are.
It all exists.
It has a fan base. Now there's a hologram, because remember, like they did like a hologram of Tupac, like way back when for something, and it looked fucking real and it blew everyone's fucking mind.
Yeah.
Someone told me that in Japan there's these Japanese pop stars that have followings and shit. And it's like they don't exist. Who's making that fucking money, man?
Yeah.
And when the robots come to life, okay. And Zuckerberg's their fucking leader. Okay, they're gonna want that money back.
That's the thing.
They're gonna want their royalties.
There's definitely going to be a new upper class, and it's going to be everybody who can write code and write it well and come up with new programs. Nah. I'm just saying we shouldn't sit on our haunches. We shouldn't sit back.
No, but I will say this: robots are doing fucking surgery. Robots are diagnosing people. Robots can do your taxes. But I think the last thing people will pay robots to do is to sing a goddamn opera live. All right.
Okay. I'm down.
That's what I say. Okay, but that is a tangent.
Although people are paying robots to fuck now. There are sex robots, dude, and they're getting better and better every day. Whole robots.
How are you comparing fucking a robot to watching one emote on stage? You know?
I'm just we're talking about sex today, and I'm saying that we're talking about sex, and they have sex robots now. You would not think that sex, the connection of two people through the genitals,
okay, I see what you're saying.
would be something that you could replace with robots, but they're doing it now.
You almost made a really romantic sentence there, you know?
No.
The connection of two people through
their
their
genitals.
You ruined it at the end. The connection of two people smashing guts, man.
Smashing guts is the grossest fucking thing
Dude,
I've ever heard.
I remember the day I first heard that. Yeah,
because I remember puking on my my genitals.
Jesus. Okay, this is getting too dirty. Get out the next beer. I'm gonna read this answer. Right. So the whiskey might push this episode over the edge.
Man. I love it, dude. I think people want to hear over the edge.
All right.
People, when you say that, if there's anybody out there listening and you hear them say, and they hear you say, this might push it over the edge, they go, oh yeah, what are we gonna do now?
Look. There's no other opera podcast talking about puking on your genitals. Look, okay, open it. Don't. You're gonna.
Dude. So this is. I picked this one right now.
I'm traumatized after last week with this bubbly shit.
Yeah,
dude.
but look, this is derail ale because we're way off the rails with this episode now.
This is the weird one. Did you clean up last week, or did you just kind of let it all sink in down here?
It's clean. It's squeaky.
Yeah. Well, how you gonna open that one now?
Just read a fucking question.
All right. So we're answering the question: how do you deal with unwanted flirting? Okay.
Oh yeah, you got the female perspective. Oh wait, can I say one more thing about it?
Yeah, sure.
My general thought on it is that men are oftentimes. I don't mean to put down men or anything. I am one, and men are fucking great. But like I said, if you go about it with a humor way, I think that they're gonna take that as more flirting. I think maybe going sort of cold to the person, ultra fucking professional, cold to the person, sending a tiny message, and then when things have cooled down a little bit, then get back to friendly. You don't have to stay cold. They didn't mean anything by it. They didn't. If they're flirting and you're not interested in them, then they took a shot. Good for them. They took a shot. It failed.
Right.
But they, then get back to normal after a clear and cold period. A little cold shower for them is what they need.
I mean, you got.
What do you think about that?
You got to set boundaries, man. It's about setting boundaries, and how deep you have to dig into the dirt and how hard you have to set those boundaries is a case by case thing. There's no rules, but consistency. We talked about that earlier in the podcast today. If you want anything done, you got to be consistent. All right. So I don't know. I didn't ask these people if they wanted me to say their names, so I won't. But I really appreciate you guys writing in and answering these questions. So she said, okay, so you don't have to burn a bridge to avoid unwanted flirting. Again, this is a job, right? It's a professional setting, and if it's making you uncomfortable, you need to make it clear with your colleague that you want to be friends and keep it professional.
Yeah, and that's the
thing.
A
basic answer, but remember that we love singing, but it's a fucking job.
Right.
It's a job, man.
So, okay, it's... The flirting on the stage is not necessarily wrong. Like we said last time, there are all kinds of people who get together through this job, meet on stage, and that flirting wasn't necessarily bad. Now, if you don't want it and it continues, that's when it's fucking bad. But she's saying actually verbally say it, which is kind of what I said. I said get cold. Get cold enough where it's clear.
Well, and
the verbally saying it, though, I mean, if you... Because talking about it, like opening it up and talking about it, that can sometimes go wrong.
Well,
and you got to get to the end of that production with that person.
Yeah, and I think people look for like a rule of thumb, like some thing that they can use in every situation. But the reality is it's going to be different every time, and you will need a different level of professionalism in some productions than others.
Yeah,
and it's kind of your job to tell people, look, I got to be professional in this one. Opera's great, but not every production is the same. We all, I have like 4 or 5 productions in mind where we were fucking friends. We went out and we had fucking memories that I'll cherish for a lifetime.
Right.
But then I've had productions where I just come and I do my fucking job and I go home. All right. So another woman said, I just go on with my business, maybe make a point that I'm not interested by not spending extra time with that person.
Yeah, that's kind of the cold shoulder.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, that's why I'm a favor. I favor that one.
Yeah, and so that's good. Don't spend so much time with somebody that's confusing. Don't send mixed signals. Right?
And they'll get that, but that's the thing. The going a little cold is a clear signal. That's fucking clear as hell.
All right, so here's another woman.
Is this another answer to this question, or is this a new question?
Yeah, I'll move on to this one. I actually got a lot of answers, but I just want to bring a female perspective to this podcast.
Definitely. There's too much dick around here. There's too much sausage on this podcast.
Yeah,
we need a female guest.
Dick. Yeah. Well, hey, we got a guest coming up in a couple. Well, we're actually recording it soon, but we'll release it in like a month. We got a guy coming. So
you don't want to say name yet? You don't want to release? No, we'll release later. Look to Instagram.
Yeah, because if he backs out, then I'll feel like a fucking asshole. You know what I mean?
Look like a fucking douche.
We'll scramble and have to get fucking,
Look to Instagram. It'll be coming out. By the way, what do you think of the ale? It's good, right?
Derail Ale. Beautifully engineered in... I'm not going to say the name of that place because I'll say it wrong.
I'll try it. Wiltshire?
I don't know, man. All right, so she said... So we're still talking about the unwanted flirting. I would say that you always have to stick to your gut and your heart, but act out of clarity and professionalism. Any person could be subjected to misconduct in any field, but the arts are a special place because it's supposed to be a safe environment for us to express our feelings and emotions. A place where we're supposed to be vulnerable, and if I can say anything, please don't let anyone take that away from you. People will talk and assume that, and the best thing any woman can do is treat everyone with respect. Demand respect because you deserve it. I've been in situations where people have assumed I got certain places because of my looks and personality, and you know what? Good, because that is a part of me, and if anyone wants to think being me is an issue, that's their issue. I know everything in life is easier said than done, but there is no magic solution in this world. And then it goes on to the next question. No, that's a good point. The arts is a place where you're supposed to be vulnerable, you're supposed to be open, right? And it's not like a job. We said with one of the other questions, it's like a job, right? Sometimes it's like a job, but yeah, you know what? If you're an accountant, you're not fucking sitting on each other's laps and touching each other. That's a hard thing.
I mean,
this person that's unwanted flirting with you in the bar is kissing you on stage. that's a fucking impossible situation. That's hard, man. That's
yeah,
hard.
but look, the other thing is, all artists are open people. They tend to be vulnerable all the time, and there's nothing more vulnerable than flirting. Flirting is the most vulnerable thing. You put yourself. It's the first feelers of something like that. That is part of being vulnerable. Is also. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what to say about it really, because they're both vulnerable things.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, like the point is the arts, I think, are a particularly difficult place because it's sometimes easy to kind of maybe move in the direction of taking advantage of somebody. You know what I mean? Because it's like if you're in a position of authority, you shouldn't pursue flirting with somebody that you are like a teacher of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Because there's a certain amount of trust that is implied.
Can
you know
I
what
tell you something? No,
What?
I don't exactly know what the point of this one was. What did she say exactly? She said just go about it with respect, right?
I don't know, man. This whiskey's hitting me hard, dude. 2 shots of whiskey in the Drambuie, and it's gone. We're like 20 minutes in, and I'm already on this like fucking strong ass beer.
No, come on, go.
This is gonna be a
I
drunk
want to stick with this one for a second.
All right. Let me get into it here. You got to be professional. The arts are supposed to be a safe place for us, for feelings, emotions, and we are supposed to be vulnerable. So do not let anyone take that away from you, is what she's saying. So you have to deal with this flirting in a way where you don't lose your
where you don't
openness.
close down. Okay, I got it. That's a good point.
Because you got to be an artist, yeah? So
Which
you
means-
can't put the cold shoulder and the wall down. But being an artist means, and we said this on last week's podcast, be open and honest. Let it out.
Let it
Let
out.
the truth free.
That's why you have to be, part of this whole dance, part of this whole dirty dance of flirting, is getting shot down. So embrace that.
Yeah.
Shoot some. Well, maybe that's just the way to do it. Maybe just shoot someone down. Don't be a dick about it.
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking dick. Don't be like, ew. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Say like,
you just
no.
got to be honest, because when people get nervous, they tend to get like sarcastic or funny or angry or cold or whatever. Hey, Mike, ask me out.
I can't do it, dude.
Look me in the fucking eye and ask me up to your hotel room. All right, make a joke about your hotel room. Come on.
My hotel room's really shitty looking. Do you want to come see it and then blow me? How'd I do, Jared?
You got me. I'm
How'd
convinced,
I do,
man.
Jared, you're in. Come on up.
You need the tag on it. Mike, hey, look,
I'm not
sorry.
good at this. I'm so
No,
happy I'm
listen,
married. I'm no longer good at this.
I'll give you my answer to that, okay? So the question is,
Do you want to come up and see my hotel room?
I got a really good view. You want to come up and see it? I think we have a lot of fun up there. Okay? Somebody says that to you, and you say, hey, no, look, I have a lot of fun with you, but I'm not interested in you in that way.
Oh, I didn't mean
Is
it that. No, wait a minute. I didn't mean it that way at all.
No?
I'm sorry. Did you think?
Yeah,
I did not mean it that way, really.
I think it's my fault just because when you said that you wanted me to blow you, there was
No, wait. Go on with this. Go on with this. I want to see what you do.
Are you serious?
Said, yes.
Okay.
You said I got a great hotel room, and
Which
or
guy am I
said
right
that.
now?
I'm the hotel room guy, and you said
Okay.
no. We just want to stay professional.
Look, I have a lot of fun with you, but I just want to stay professional.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean it that way. I honestly have an amazing view. Like, I don't know if anybody else in the cast has this view, but they just somehow gave this one to me. Really, it wasn't anything sexual at all.
I appreciate it, and it's very nice of you. And maybe tomorrow in the afternoon, the whole cast can come and see the view of your hotel room.
That's awesome. Can I go upstairs and cry by myself now?
Yeah, if you let me blow you.
Ow!
right.
Full
All right.
circle.
Okay, look. So
Full
that was
circle, Timmy.
ridiculous.
That was.
That was the
Come on,
black
role
label.
play.
I'm sorry.
We're doing another role play if we get back to one.
All right.
If I find another role,
the next question.
maybe that's a whole concept for an episode is role playing. I like it.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. So then the next question is, what do you do with a jealous partner, man? What do you do with somebody who is mad that you're up there kissing somebody on stage?
Phew.
Yeah.
I dealt with it once.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and I just cowered away. I was a total fucking coward about it. I just slunk away. I slunk away.
That might not be the proper conjugation of that verb.
No, you don't know Curb Your Enthusiasm then.
Okay.
Said I slunk away. Anyway, so my first sex scene on stage, right?
Okay.
It was this. I don't know if you guys know the play. I can't remember who it is. But it's in German. It's Fräulein Julie, Miss Julie, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty famous play about this upper class girl getting involved with one of her. She fucks one of her servants, the stable boy, right?
Classic.
And then at the end, she ends up fucking killing herself, right?
Jesus fucking.
Yeah, I know. She can't deal with her papa coming home or whatever,
That's some
right?
dark shit. Okay.
That's dark, right?
Yeah. Okay. Bring it back.
Anyway, modern opera, we had to have some sex on stage, right?
Right.
And at first, they staged this where it was really artsy fartsy, right? We got down on this cot.
Yeah.
And we slowly pulled the blanket over us.
Were you the stable boy?
I was the stable boy, of course.
That's typecasting. That's perfect. Okay.
I know, it's great.
Yeah, keep going. All right.
And I thought I did a pretty good job. Anyway,
my boy,
but
Mike?
I'm not the one who decides that. Other people decide that. So, but if you saw it, write in and tell me how fucking shitty I was.
Okay.
Anyway, we laid down and then we pulled the blanket over us. And the problem was, me and this girl, we couldn't stop giggling. We're sitting there like arm in arm, and we're under this thing, and we're just. And it didn't work on top of that. It was just that, like, the music was way too long, right?
Yeah. That's the worst.
So we tried it a couple different ways. The giggling didn't help at all because we would get out of the scene and it would just be fucking giggle city. And I don't know if you've ever been on stage and couldn't stop laughing. It's an impossible situation. An impossible
we talked
situation.
about it in like episode whatever.
Anyway, so then the director comes up to us and says, "This isn't working, guys." And we both, of course, fucking know it. And we all know where it's going then. He says, "I think we have to go more realistic with this." I said, "I think that's definitely the thing."
Okay.
And he said, let's just go with it and see what you guys come up with."
Yeah.
And we never changed anything after that because all we
he put
did,
the responsibility on you to improvise the sex.
of course, that was the best way to do it too.
You think so? Okay.
Definitely. I don't want to hear from a fucking director how I need to fuck somebody, dude. I don't want to hear that. We want to go. We were very comfortable with one another anyway.
Okay.
So we both agreed, yeah, let's just do this. And oh man, we got down and dirty. There were skirts hiked up. I was shirtless, pants open. And
My God.
we fucked on stage, dude.
Jeez.
Humping as hard as it was. Some people told me from the audience. They said it was kind of uncomfortable to watch because it looked so real. And I said, yes, yes.
Jesus.
Anyway, during the premiere fire, the premiere party,
Yeah.
she told me. Oh no, it was right before the premiere. I think she
Okay.
told me.
Uh-oh.
The actual opera singer told me that she's pregnant, right?
What? Okay.
So
From your stage baby.
No, so of course I was like, man, I'm so potent. I'm getting you pregnant just by dry humping.
Oh man.
Oh, this is great.
The steam.
So anyway, her husband was there, and already he was a little, tight jawed when he came up to me, and I said,
sure.
"Hey, I got her pregnant. I did good, right?"
Mike, that might not have been the best move, man.
That's how I dealt with it, though. I dealt with it with humor.
Yeah.
He's fine now.
Did that work back then?
No,
Humor?
not necessarily.
I think
but
humor was the best move, but I don't know if that was the best.
look, it
way
was the
to
best
go.
move for me. I'm not sure if it was the best move for her.
Yeah.
And her
Right,
relationship.
okay, that's true. That's true.
Sorry about that.
Just making a joke.
But we still talk today. She's
Yeah?
great.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think any harm by it, but I had to deal with it that way. And
Yeah.
the thing is,
So you were on that edge of it. I thought you were going to say that you had a jealous partner, but you were the other guy.
I don't ever remember. I do remember there was
stable boy.
we did an Albert Herring, and there was a dream sequence.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
And I had to kiss up on this peach girl, right?
Yeah.
This girl that came out of the peach. It was a great production by a director that just did her first show at the Salzburger Festspiel. Lydia Steyer. She's awesome,
Yeah, she's
and the
great.
production
She's really
of
good.
Albert Herring was really great.
Yeah, man.
And I remember my wife not loving the peach kissing, but
No?
that happened.
I just got done doing an extremely sexual opera.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't see it, but I remember seeing
it
you
was-
only without your shirt on.
Yeah, I never had clothes on, and we had this threesome scene, and it's really hard to do a threesome artistically, and you know.
Why? It has
can't.
such an artistic name, a menage a trois.
I mean, the way we tried to do it artistically is we just went slow motion, which
See, I'm opposed to it.
yeah.
Let people see the sex on stage.
just jackrabbit up there.
Well, I don't know if you have to go like set a land speed record or anything like that. You can hump and pump slow.
Yeah?
You can have some gefühl with it, but
Okay.
you don't have to. You don't.
You don't have to go up there and long
It, al-
dick
it
or
also
anything.
doesn't. From the absolute tip to the absolute stem,
long
just
dick in it.
just fucking long strokes,
Oh my god.
long
Oh, God.
Tiger
All right,
Woods
all right.
strokes.
We're getting so. This is a dangerous mix. This
I like
episode.
it. I think people like hearing honest.
You think so? I gotta listen back and see if this is like
Look,
releasable.
Look, dude. I just said
Yeah.
people liked seeing the sex on stage.
Yeah.
They might have been a little uncomfortable. They might be uncomfortable with this one, but fuck it. I don't want to do a show where I can't say what I want to say.
Yeah.
I don't
and-
want to do it.
Nah, man, and you can't, because this show I did, the premiere night, man, was silence.
Great.
After that night ended and the lights go up, there was this long just
We'll see.
fucking pause before
what-
people clap, dude. People
You mean
did
at
not
the
know.
end?
At the end, dude, because the opera got more and more and more sexual. What does that mean? What does that mean?
It means check it.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck, dude?
Your symbols aren't exact enough, man.
That's pretty exact.
No, that's volume up. What you're doing with your hands there. All right,
What am I doing with my hands here, huh?
Jesus
What am I doing
Christ.
with my hands
Mike,
here?
you're only allowed to do that shit until we get video. All right, look, let me get to this. All right.
Anyway, jealous partners have to fucking deal with it. You're in the arts. I'm sorry.
we
you
give
have
our
to
advice first. Okay, yeah, sure.
You have to explain to them it's not fucking real.
Yes,
It's
yes,
not real.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
it's like the comedy thing. Like, comedy's not real.
Yeah.
People say things on stage to be funny. They're not making it's not saying this is exactly what I believe.
Yeah.
They're just saying it because it's funny. If you laughed, it was successful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man, but like, if you're a normal fucking person and you're not an artist, like, I get it. Like, in our world,
I do too, but
in
they
our
have
wor-
to
in
deal
our
with
wor-
it.
In our world, we would call them jealous people. But in the real world, if you kiss somebody at a party, it doesn't matter if you were drunk and you blacked out. If you don't remember, it's like it would probably still be justifiable to be upset by that breach of
Right,
trust.
but if
there's
it
like,
were
we
their
have this-
job to kiss somebody at a party,
yeah, and as a singer, you also maybe before the relationship gets too serious, maybe you should talk about it. Not like sit down and have a serious talk, but be like, "Hey, I kiss people on stage sometimes." Like just bring it up.
does a famous actress's husband get mad whenever she has to kiss somebody in a movie?
Some probably do. Anyway, let me get to what the girl said.
I'm just
okay?
saying, it doesn't make any sense to me.
We get this question and then we end up like talking about long dick in it. So let's get into okay. So this girl, this lady, this
Madame.
this young woman said, "So, the jealous partner thing. I've known a few colleagues who have had to deal with it. You need to make it clear that it's your job. It's acting.
Hello.
It's make-believe, like watching a movie. It is your job to act romantically involved on stage, but it's all a simulation.
Stimulation.
It's all
Ooh,
a
Freud,
It's a
Mr. Freud.
It's all a simulation. That's why it's called a stage kiss. Joke about it and give your colleague mints or chapstick and say these are from your husband. Show your partner how you're doing it on stage, for instance, nuzzling in the neck instead of literally making out. If they can't understand this as an aspect of the job, then there are other deep-rooted issues in the relationship stemming from jealousy. Introduce your partner to your onstage romance so they put a face with the action. Make it clear that it is fake and what happens on stage stays on stage."
Yeah, okay. It definitely is Mr. Rogers. It is the land of make-believe, right? That should be made clear. That should definitely be made
okay,
clear. I
okay.
don't necessarily know if the introduction is necessary
Yeah.
just to calm the waters.
No, but the thing is I like this because you and I've dealt with jealous partners, yeah,
Okay.
with me on stage, and dealing with women may or may not be a different vibe than a woman dealing with a jealous man. I don't know, but I can say as a man that if there's some sort of like mystery man that's never talked about and that never has a name and that we never talk about, then that does make it strange. I do think an introduction is not a bad thing.
I just think making it so official makes it puts
not
too much
like,
significance on it.
Not
Again,
like
it's
Jared, you need to meet this guy, but just like casually when there's an opportunity, be like, "Hey, Jared, this is Rodolfo, man. We dry hump, and he gives me the onstage long dick, but it's no."
I don't know how to stage long dick. I only know how to reel long dick or short dick, whatever.
It's all about the
tiny
facial
little
expressions. Look.
By the way, the other thing about stage kissing,
Yeah.
is remember when I said I once said in a in a podcast that I don't really know how to stage. I do know how to stage fall. I know how to control my body, but I purposely fall for real also so that it looks good. Stage kissing is kind of the same thing to me.
Sure.
For instance, in this opera where we were having where we were humping each other dry, there, you know.
Yeah.
We didn't stage kiss. We just had to kiss, and you just have to be able to separate it and say that this is the thing. This is the way that people express love and lust, and I have to be able to do that whilst separating myself from the actual emotional attachment.
Well, that's the thing right there.
To kiss on the neck, I do not want to see somebody kiss on the neck. I want to believe that two people are in love, or at least lust.
Yeah, and these days, you kind of got to go there because...
Only if the other person, of course, is comfortable with it.
Well, and that's the other thing. Let's get into that. If you before I do a scene, I absolutely hate if a director puts me in a situation where it's like, all right, let's jump to the romantics and go. Like, I really want to talk to my castmate and be like, what are your boundaries? Because I've had people that say, let's stage kiss until the show. You know what I mean? Because then there's no complications in the rehearsals. We keep it fake, you know?
Yeah,
and
see,
then
but
on
I
the
actually...
show, then maybe you know.
I think that that's a dangerous thing from the artistic side.
Yeah.
Because you have to be able to do it. You have to be able to do it so there are no surprises in your opening night. Of course, you want to be able to act spontaneously, but
but if she slips you that tongue and you're not ready for it.
I mean, can't we all just fucking be adults and say, all right, if the person wants to, if the person doesn't want to, it's perfectly fine, and then you do what you have to do.
Yeah.
But if two people are ready and willing to do that,
I always ask. Yeah.
Me too. I don't say it that way. I don't say, what are your boundaries? I say, how do you want to do this?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is I just have a conversation about it.
Right.
But for you,
what I mean is, if you fucking hold it back, let's say you guys don't kiss well together. This is like going into a new relationship.
Yeah,
Have you ever been in a relationship where you can't kiss the other person well? Where you two don't connect?
Sure.
In that?
Yeah.
What if you two don't connect and you only find out on the night of the premiere? Sucks ass. Sucks ass and balls.
Let me ask you this.
And peener.
When does a stage kiss become a real kiss? Huh? Is it intent or is it suction?
No, it's again. I don't necessarily. You know where I learned this whole thing? I don't know how to do a stage kiss. There was my mother used to watch The Young and the Restless, right?
Okay.
And I used to watch because we didn't have a daycare or anything. We used to sit down and see fucking Victor Newman just be all suave and dashing and debonair back in the olden and golden days. Although I think that guy's still fucking on it. He's been doing it for like 40 years, and that guy's incredible.
I have no idea.
Incredible. I know you don't. Look up Victor Newman
I'm
sometime.
not gonna do it.
You'll love it.
All right.
He's amazing. Anyway, they were interviewing some castmate there, and he said. They said, so what's a stage kiss like? And he's like, I actually don't know how to stage kiss. And they're like, that's funny. He's like, no, I really don't. And he said, I think if you're going to kiss, you're going to kiss, period. There is no difference between there is a stage kiss, but it's so far from being a real kiss that it is not even at all being believable.
Yeah. And I mean,
that's my personal opinion on it.
I've been in situations where I'm like kind of like with somebody who's very... I don't know, conservative or religious or something, and then we end up doing the stage kiss, and you do what you got to do to, because you got to survive the situation. But a lot of that has to do with the mentality you take off the stage from it. You know when you're getting into something. You know if you're putting a little into it. You know what I mean? Like, you know that if you're like taking it off the stage, I think.
Sorry, listen.
And
let me respond to that.
What?
I put a little into all kinds of different emotions that I'm doing on stage.
Nah, you're
And
right.
every single time that I put a little into it, I feel gratified by the fact that I was able to open up and show something on
you're
stage.
Right. You're right.
Why would I do any different if I'm in love with somebody? Oftentimes, the love relationship that you have to show on stage is the most pivotal thing on stage.
Okay.
Is the most pivotal thing. Why would I want to hold back on that?
Yeah.
And it is acting. I'm sorry, I take the craft of acting seriously.
Yeah.
But I don't want to,
But acting's not fake. It's not like you go up there and pretend to be in love. You just you do it in that moment.
That's what I mean. I want to kind of I want to kind of be that. You have to separate yourself when you walk away.
Yeah.
But I know I've had to do that with people that didn't want to really kiss. They've done the stage kiss before.
Yeah.
But I've always felt that those were far less satisfying experiences.
Okay. I'm on board with that. The other thing she said is, I do agree that don't hide it. Yeah.
Right. Don't hide it.
Say that it's happening, because it's all going to come out. So just the first time it happens, because sometimes in some operas you have to, but in some operas it's like, okay, Rodolfo, we need you to fucking kiss Colina here. Sometimes they just fucking make it happen when it normally isn't in there. Tell your partner. Be open about the rehearsal process. And also, she said, don't obviously have a drop-off in affection to your partner. Don't pull back. Because that's when people sometimes get uncomfortable.
Okay, yeah, but
you
might have
it seems like you're hiding the fact that you were kissing somebody on stage and you're pulling back. I don't care who you are. That's going to make you uncomfortable.
Definitely.
Even if you're not a jealous guy. Be open about it and don't pull back.
If you say, though, that you're kissing somebody, right?
Yeah.
There is a certain amount of suggestion where people might then say, oh, well, I saw you pull, then you are pulling back. Once they know that situation exists, they'll fill in the blanks and feel that you're pulling back. You know what I mean?
Man. Yeah, it's case to case. But the thing is the theme of the last episode and this episode is... Yeah, I'm getting drunk, dude. The last episode is just be open. Just be open. The day that happens, be like, man, we got a dry hump on stage. It's crazy. Just be open about the rehearsal process and just have those conversations when they happen. All right, we're gonna tip it up. All right, you ready?
What, we're doing just a tip? Yeah, man. This whole episode is tips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
the
tip. Just the tip, Lord. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you know what I realized? The other times I did just the tip for the episodes, I was always doing the woman.
Yeah.
Paging Dr. Freud again, right?
You might want to really...
I got to go see somebody. I was always going, ooh, and this time I gave a little...
Yeah, man. You really
That's
really
what
might
I sound
want to...
like, by the way.
You might want to...
Talking about sex.
You might want to reflect on that. All right, hold up. Here we go.
We'll
Hold up.
Oh, my God, we're at 51 minutes already.
Yeah, we're just drunk rambling, man. I got to listen to this. I wonder if it's going to be worth it. All right. So, just the tip today, which is not how Mike usually does things on stage. Let's see. Okay.
Nope. Biel's deep.
So, I am a I'm just fucking coughing all the time. I don't know what it is, man.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about my health. I'm a stage manager for opera. I stage managed a show. And I'm sorry, I'm leaving out details. I stage managed a show. And I ended up sleeping with one of the singers. And everyone was cool about it. But then we did another show together, and he doesn't want to.
Oh,
he doesn't want to sleep together on the second show, and so she wants to know.
Does she want to?
Yeah, she wants to. She wants to sleep, but he says nah. And so she says, if we can offer any insight into tech crew stage managers sleeping with singers, she says I would try to sleep with other people, but it's like you work with singers, you work with those people. That's who you see. That's who you sleep with, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So what about mixing the crew with the singers, man? That's
Whew. I don't even know. Oh Christ. Tuberculosis. You've got tuberculosis.
I hope so, man. I'm gonna drink some more of this whiskey.
Zergana.
I'm gonna sprint to the finish. Give me this fucking trombone.
You're going full Rusty Nail and you like it. It's good, huh?
The old rusty trombone, baby.
Rusty trombone. Does everybody write in? Here's what I want from people writing in.
Okay.
there's this whole thing of the sex moves, moves that people come up with.
Yeah, sure.
I want to hear any ones that anybody has. I want to be able to add them to my repertoire.
Oh, man. Well, I could tell you at least 10, but...
Give me a couple.
I don't know, man.
Come on, dude.
I don't know, man. Bring the podcast to that.
Sex, drugs, and opera.
I mean...
Give me at least one appropriate one.
Appropriate one? None of them are appropriate. That's the point, man.
Yeah, that's true. But I want to know them. Write them in. If you have one, if you think about it, interject. But let's go back to this girl. She's out there. She's having sex with people. Good for her. Yeah. Good for him. Good. They had sex.
Great.
One side doesn't want to do it again.
Nah.
Point of the story.
Yeah.
Well, Miss writing in, you're out of luck.
That's how it works.
Sex is a two-way fucking street. But that being said, you don't have to forget that shit.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I don't know. Hey, man, I love pushing boundaries, but sometimes boundaries are hard to push because you start sweating a lot when you think about what you're about to say. But men have a term called the spank bank.
Jesus,
right?
Yeah.
Men have a term called the spank bank, and basically what that means
I'm
is...
sure women have it too.
Yeah, basically what that means is...
Rub hub or something.
The rub. Oh my God, the rub. Oh, that's the best. Holy shit. Whoa, man,
you heard it here
man.
first. All right, keep going. So the spank bank. Yeah.
No, the concept behind the spank bank is you move on from a relationship, but you don't forget it. You can't you don't forget that shit.
Nah, man, you had a good time, and good times last as long as they last. You know, sometimes it's a night, sometimes it's 3 months, sometimes it's 60 years. But
it sounds like that. By the way, the way this question was phrased, or the way this story was phrased, it seemed like there was some time in between the productions.
A show is like 3-4 months. Okay, in between the productions.
In between the productions, right?
Yeah, right back in and let us know how much time was in between. That's kind of a vital point. Was it 3 weeks or was it 6 months?
Right. If it was a significant amount of time and you
then
had
you
some time to whatever,
and that's fucking normal. That's
and you
really
didn't
normal,
and you didn't have any contact in between.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Then the end of it.
We got some missing information here. That's true.
You were able to be professional
right
during the last show, and you were able to sort of carry on with your daily fucking life. Yeah. He doesn't want to again? Fine, fuck it, just go on.
But what's interesting is the tag she put on the question was like about
like a hashtag. She put a hashtag on it.
No, a tag, man. Like at the end of the scene, you put a fucking ribbon on it.
Every time I hear the word hashtag, I think of hash browns.
Do you?
Fuck yeah. Hash browns are the
Most people don't know what hash browns are outside of America, man.
Yeah, I know. They don't. They really don't. I've asked for hash browns before, and they look at me like I have a dick growing out of my forehead.
Would you rather have good hash browns or a mediocre blowjob?
Definitely good hash browns.
All right, good. Okay.
Definitely good hash browns. Hello?
Yeah.
First off, I have to go back to America to have any kind of hash browns, but well, not what's the other term that I use for just potatoes fried in a pan, like chopped up potatoes fried in a pan in the morning?
Is there a term for that?
Yeah, there's a term for it. I can't remember what they're called.
You know what it is? Chopped up potatoes fried in a pan.
Shut the fuck up, dude. There's a fucking term.
Look,
there's a fucking term. That's different than hash browns. Hash browns are like fucking
yeah, I know, man.
Shredded up,
yeah,
right?
I know what hash browns are. Who the fuck do you think you're talking about? Okay, listen. So she said also stage managers mixed with singers.
I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, no, crew's great. It's mix it up with the crew because they're more fucking normal than singers. But she's on the wrong side of that game because I'm sorry, but singers are fucking crazy.
That's right,
and we know that, and she might not know that. So let me tell you here.
Oh, good, you poor sweet girl.
Yeah. I mean, those singers, man. There's a certain amount of. I'm not even going to begin to get into why we're all crazy as singers, but to get up there and like to sing and do the bows and shit, man, I don't know. It's another fucking world. And crew people that are used to or okay with being behind the scene and making it all run, it's a different personality type. That's tough.
I'd like to bring this up.
Bring it up.
What is actually interesting, and this isn't just, I'm basically a hobgoblin. I'm basically Gollum, right? That's what I look like most of the time. Still, when you start a career, when you start singing, people who are not on the stage sometimes,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're like working in the house or whatever, and they see you up there, that's a very prominent position.
Yeah.
It's just you're up there, and at any given point, if they see you on that stage or during certain points, you are the center of every single person's focus, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a pretty, like I said, prominent position. And you end up getting a lot more sexual attention than you might have before.
Yeah,
I swear to God, no one really prepared me for the fact that those sorts of situations would be presented to me at that time. And
look, man, I mean, confidence is sexy, okay? In men,
yeah,
in
right.
men,
You
in
gotta
men
have
and
confidence
women.
to stand
and
on that
if you
stage.
stand up there and you fucking then people have to give you respect for that, man.
Definitely. And what I mean is that like singers,
Yeah.
they oftentimes exude that shit. They oftentimes exude it because that's kind of your job to be able to get up there and
They exude that shit.
and put your balls on the outside, right?
Yeah.
And just fucking do it. But I don't think that it carries over well to the private life sometimes, because there are a lot of people that show that shit really well on the stage and not well on off stage, and they can't deal with it off stage. So maybe she's a victim of this. I don't know anything about the singer that she was with.
You know, sometimes.
But maybe he just can't exude that anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe he's exuded with a J glide.
Look, you fucking nerd. Look, Mike and I were talking about this the other day. Like, we really try not to get preachy on this podcast, but it's a fine line between talking about something, which is what we try to do, and giving advice, which is actually not so much what we're trying to do. But this is just me and Mike having a conversation about this stuff. But look, man, I mean, the thing is when I talk to younger people that are just getting into this career or people that haven't been in that long, it's like there's not a lot of rules, and unfortunately the advice sometimes is just you got to experience a lot of shit. You got to experience what it's like with that singer, and it burns down, it goes down in flames. You're with that singer, and it's fucking amazing. Like, artists can be some of the most free, open people, and that, you know, they can take you to places that other people couldn't, but they could also fucking crush you, you know?
Yeah, and look, I hope it was a good experience for you, by the way.
Yeah.
I hope you had fun. I hope you guys had some awesome, sexy time together, but it's done. And you just be a pro and go on. Let's just go on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of confusing because it's a two-parter, yeah? Like, yeah, if he doesn't want to in the second show, there's no conversation to be had.
Yeah, it's over. It's done.
It's over. I mean, I think when sex ends between people, there's always someone who doesn't want to, right? How rarely is it like, hey, look, I think we both enjoyed ourselves. I think we both equally want this to stop. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, then we're done. I think it never happens. I think someone pulls back, someone goes away, and then the other one's fucking doing the rub hub in the tub. And what are you going to do, man?
The rub hub in the tub.
The more interesting part of the question was the stage manager shit. Yeah, stage managers, crew people, tech people mixing with the singers. You know, you pop up to the KBB, okay? You got the fucking Verwaltung. Yeah. You know,
Man,
how
you're too
far
German
do you want to
for
go?
most of our audience.
Yeah, well, look up those words and fucking learn something. All right.
Hey, I want to put out something for a future podcast.
Okay.
We've covered a lot of opera in this podcast. We've now done 2 episodes of sex. I am going to make a confession. I don't have much experience with drugs. I drink all kinds of beer, and that's a fucking drug. That's what I do.
Okay.
I don't smoke pot that you can here. It's fine. I don't smoke pot that often because I just cough like fucking crazy. I can't get over the coughing. When I inhale it in, I just cough for 20 minutes.
Maybe you're a water bong type of guy. We can get some brownies on the show.
I must be. I heard though from Joe Rogan that when you eat a pot brownie, your liver metabolizes it, and then it metabolizes a different chemical, which then is something like 10 times more psychedelic than whenever you inhale it.
Seriously. That sounds wild enough to be true, but I think I have enough drug experience to carry us both. So
Great.
We can do a drug episode.
But what I want to know from other people, and the great thing about this show is it's anonymous. You write in, you're anonymous.
Yes, and that's something we got to remember from the website when we go upstairs, is an anonymous contact form. Because I feel like some of you are afraid to write in because if you write it on Instagram or Facebook or email, I know who you are.
Right.
But we're going to have an anonymous contact page on our website so you can just be as fucking candid as you want. There's no fucking rules. But, yes, Mike and I will not share your name unless we ask.
And I'd like to know about any drug experience that you guys have. Not just any experience. I mean, I'd like to know about any experience, but also about singing and something that might be useful for a singer. I mean, I know singers who smoke pot easily the day before they sing, or maybe the day of. I don't know.
Dude, I know people who are smoking the day of.
See, that's what I mean. We got to talk about that shit.
And when people think of drugs, their minds go to fucking pot and coke and that type of shit. But let's talk about the people that are fucking taking all this. What's it called, man? Not Ambien, but singers take pills.
Oh,
pills
the
are big in
anti-anxiety.
Yeah,
things.
To calm down. Pills to sleep. Pills before a show.
Really good. I'd love to hear about that.
Pills in the opera world, man. That's something people aren't fucking talking about.
We're gonna put out. Let's put out something.
Pilbo Baggins.
Pilbo.
Sorry, man.
Man, you're the pun king.
Yeah, unbelievable.
You're the
what
pun
king.
All right. What I want to say is, let's put all just in case people don't make it all the way to the end of this fucking podcast, because that's very likely. Dude.
Yeah.
They might have stopped after the very beginning. If they don't make it to the end, let's put out something on Instagram. Say we want your stories about drugs.
Yeah.
We want to hear them because I would love to do. I would love to do an episode on that. You know.
Yeah.
Again, a drug is something that it's your goddamn choice to put it in your goddamn body. Yeah. I don't judge you for doing it.
Here on Sex, Drugs, and Up, we don't give a fuck. But like,
holy shit, we have another beer, dude.
Look, I kind of think we should stop this podcast and
okay.
then just record a drunk one just to have on the books.
All right, dude, let's just stop this one and keep going.
But then I want to wrap it up. Look, about the drug thing, not just wild stories or some shit like that, but the thing is I've talked before on this podcast how I came up through rock music, and that's a drug world.
Definitely.
And the thing that blew my fucking mind is the opera world is, in certain circles, equally fucking big on that. And
really?
Oh, man. I've been involved in production before, and in every production there's fucking someone, but you have to kind of like know how to search it out or whatever. But like, It's a big part of the business that nobody is talking about, but it's out there. And like I said, these pills and this type of shit, and especially pot. I heard some story. What's that famous tenor? American tenor.
Don't call him out.
He's so famous. If you get to a level of fame where people can say whatever the fuck you want about you, he did an aria album with Thomas Hampson. It was Hampson and Hadley, I think.
Oh, the guy that
What's his first
killed
name?
himself, Jerry Hadley.
He killed himself?
Yeah, dude. You didn't know that?
Oh, Jesus.
He shot himself,
fucking
dude.
Christ. Well, I'm not going to tell the story now.
What? What was it? You got to tell it now. He did. He shot himself whether you told the story or not.
Jesus.
You can't.
Fucking Christ.
You can't change anything about it.
Right, well, the story was that like one time he was driving over like the Mexican border with like so much pot in his car. He was driving like 10 miles an hour on the highway. And a cop pulled him and was like, "You have any idea how fast you were driving?" And he thought he was going like 60 or 70 miles an hour because that guy was a stoner. That's what I heard, man.
Well, that has nothing to do with him killing himself.
Jerry Hadley killed himself?
Yeah, he shot himself when I was in college, dude.
Are you fucking serious?
When I was in my undergrad in like 2006.
I can't believe that.
2006. That was 12 years ago, dude.
Jerry Hadley.
Suicide.
Hadley. Death. Is what came up.
Yeah.
Suicide. Jesus.
Fucking told you.
Fucking Christ, man. I had no idea. This is... Well, on that note, we'll end this episode.
Hey, mental health is no joke, people. I mean, you can joke about anything in this world.
Yeah.
And you can joke about suicide, but if you ever are feeling any sort of thoughts like that, we'll put a link down in the description, and you can. There's a hotline that you can call.
True. Yeah.
It's easy stuff. You call. You don't have to do anything like that alone.
Yeah, don't overthink it. Just make the call and then
fuck as much as you can in the meantime.
Dial the phone number and then just that's all you have to do. Yeah, that's it.
Man.
Do you want to record a drunk one right now?
Yes, we
just
are.
to put on the books. All right,
we're doing it.
Okay, everyone, that's episode 12. I think
12.
Yeah, we're making some good progress here. We got a guest coming up. We're doing a Carmen episode soon. There's good shit. We're launching the website. Merch is designed. What else, man? What else we got?
We just got to make it to episode 13. Let's do some drug shit.
All right. We're going to record a drunk one now. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.